Nobody can read my writing. But I can talk with you.
Ooh! Oh, I'm here! And I'm ready to talk about things. Again, cliches. They plague the world. You must teach your child not to use cliches. No, wait, that's supposed to be like one of those things, give money to the people in Haiti, but that's not what we're doing right now. Anyway, call now and donate to the Association for No More Cliches. Please call the number on your screen and make a difference. Sorry. So today we're going to be talking about cliches, how we can fix them. My assistant over there, he is writing up some cliches, and we're going to correct them.
Right.
And make them non-cliches. Un-clichéing them. Looks like we've got a fair amount of material here. He's circling things. Okay, so, for instance, it's not rocket science. We can make it something different. It's...
Make it something more interesting, because that's such a tired phrase. I want to say...
let me refocus our camera here. Okay, please pull up a chair. Is my assistant here?
You should try to make your speech or your written language more interesting instead of using old, tired expressions.
Like, it's not rocket science, it's not brain surgery at the current point in time or at the present point in time.
Cutting edge.
On the one hand, on the other hand.
Right, all of these are cliches. But how would you change rocket science or brain surgery to say something more interesting?
Well, it's not, It's not five-star cooking. It's not Indian food cooking. It's not cooking Indian food. Because Indian food, people think it's really hard, but it's really not, but for the purpose, I think it's not house renovation. Like, okay, here's one. Avoid it like the plague.
That's another cliche.
Avoid it like bad breath.
Oh, here, okay.
Avoid it like onion breath. Voila!
There's a good one. Another very popular cliche is when something goes wrong, the newscasters always say
Something went
terribly wrong. Always terribly wrong. Or
well, why can't we make it something went incredibly wrong?
no, that's a terrible cliche as well. That's
Yeah.
used in advertising all the time.
Something went.
Or how about
Hold on. I'm
Okay.
thinking. Something went. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was worse than South Park.
I've got others.
What's your idea?
A lot of times in the news, somebody's been murdered or whatever, and it'll be
Senseless killing.
senseless. Well, which killing's not senseless? I mean, it's
Is war on terror really that senseful? I mean,
no.
here's another idea. This is kind of a play on words kind of thing. Senseless killing. Well, what sense didn't he have? Hearing, sight, smell, taste, or touch? When he killed someone. Which sense did he not have?
When
He was senseless in what sense? In what sense was he senseless? Okay.
How would you fix that at the present point in time?
Present point in time? Right now. There.
Right now, currently.
Currently is the perfect one.
Very good.
Currently.
Okay.
It's better to use the smallest amount of words possible also.
Exactly. And
So something went terribly wrong. Why can't it just be something went wrong?
yeah. Or you can have some other adverb in there, but not always the same one.
Something went fantastically wrong.
Well,
no, that's a little bit too.
Actually, just to say went wrong.
Something went wrong.
I mean that's very,
really wrong.
Yeah.
Really?
Really wrong is better than
really is
wrong.
better than terribly. Terribly makes it sound like there's an accident of some sort, but sometimes it's not an accident. Maybe it was just
right.
You know. Okay. Anyway,
a lot of times, almost every time there's a contract between a union and the management of a company or a school board or whatever, it's always hammered out. There's no other verb ever used.
They hammered it out.
Yeah, hammered it out. Well, how about some variety, some more interesting...
You got one?
Well, the parties came to agreement. The parties finally came to agreement. The parties... But it's always hammered out. I don't know why.
They came to an agreement.
Yeah.
Simple. They agreed. There's one word.
They agreed.
Agreed. One word.
Right. And the weather forecast particularly, they keep saying, in fact, the weather is going to change. In fact, the breezes were, the winds were...
well, you're showing us the facts on your green screen.
Well, you don't need... You can just skip the in fact.
Just say the weather is going to change.
Right.
Done. That eliminated 2 out of 2 words.
There you go. And a lot of times people in the news, when they're out on the scene of an accident...
Now.
They'll say, now... Well, you don't need now.
Someone is...
I mean...
Now, before we go any further.
Just say before we go any further.
Done.
Done.
1 out of 1 words eliminated.
How would you fix, please pre-register for an event?
Register.
Just register. How about
1 out of 1 words eliminated.
Pre-plan your move?
Take out pre.
There you go.
Pre is a bad word in general. Take out adverbs in general is what people say.
Okay, here's this. Let's go back to this old one. On the one hand, he wanted to buy a new car. On the other hand, he didn't have enough money. How can you get rid of some of those words and say it much more simply?
He wanted to buy a new car, but he didn't have any money.
But, the word but has just taken the place of on the one hand and on the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words you replace.
No.
With
7 words, because technically there's still 1 word there, but...
No, I said you took out 7.
7 of the 8 words, which is...
And you leave in, you put in but. And it works perfectly. Or however.
And also, how about this? On the one hand... On the other hand, what's on the other hand? Skin? 5 fingers?
Yeah, but you're back to identifying it.
Yeah.
You're not fixing. You knew how to fix it.
Well, I look at both identifying and fixing.
I
The
understand.
identifying gives people a little bit of humor.
I know, but you already did the identifying video. Is that still around?
It's still around. My hand is floppy.
I think we beat up this subject pretty good. Pretty well. What do you think? I've run out of cliches. And you just nailed them.
Avoid it like the plague. Like we said, avoid it like bad breath. Cliches. Avoid them like bad breath.
You want to play this back and see whether you think you've been effective?
Now, I will be gone. Terminating.